Long time no see, Amy. I have something I want to tell you. Is it okay now? I'm getting married soon. Wow! Married? Oh, congrats, Millie! Thanks. What kind of person is he? We haven't talked to each other much recently. I had no idea you were seeing someone in the first place. Yeah, well, the person I'm marrying is in charge of a company. Wait, does that mean you're marrying a CEO? Congrats on the great catch! I know, right? I'm so great. I'm going to be so successful in life. Completely different from a peasant like you. Wait. Sorry, Amy. Due to the position I will be in after getting married, I'm going to have to cut all ties with you. You are not invited to the wedding. I just don't want you anywhere in my life anymore. Whoa, what's going on all of a sudden? Cut all ties with me? Why would you say such a mean thing to me? That's because I'm a winner, and I can't be seen as a loser. I have to carefully pick and choose who I want to be seen with. I'm in a completely different social class than you, peasant. Social class? I mean, I'm going to be the wife of a CEO. A woman in my class can't be seen hanging around someone of a lower class than that, so I don't want you to be in my life anymore. It's that simple. Millie, are you aware of how cruel you're being right now? I've been by your side since we grew up in the same orphanage. Only for you to throw away years of friendship over the fact that you're getting married to a CEO. I can't believe you would treat someone who practically grew up with you as if we were siblings like this. Shut up. Just because we grew up together doesn't mean I owe you anything in life. Plus, getting married to him is my ticket out of poverty. I'm going to be living the life that you could only dream of having. Why are you being so cold? We promised each other that we wouldn't leave each other alone even through marriage. Did we? I forgot. Millie. Anyways, this is why you're not invited to the wedding. He doesn't know that I grew up in an orphanage, and I would like to keep it that way. Having you at the wedding would make it obvious. What? You haven't told him? Why not? It's embarrassing to be raised in an orphanage. A person like that isn't fit to marry a CEO like him. If he finds out, my chance at a happy life will all be ruined. It's not something to be embarrassed about. Plus, a person who judges a person based on how they grow up is not worth marrying. You should be able to comfortably tell the people you love about it. Shut up. If I say that I'm not telling him, that means I won't be telling him. So don't you dare tell anybody. All you need to do is get out of my life. Millie, does this mean that you're embarrassed by me too? I grew up in the same place as you. You are absolutely an embarrassment to me. There is nothing I would gain from being friends with you. Thanks to this marriage, I will be leaving this low-class life and will be living in luxury. You and I wouldn't match anymore. Is that so? Well, I hope you're happy. Thanks for finally understanding. Hope you have a good life, or at least try to.
Hey, Amy. It's been a while. Are you doing okay?
Kent, it's been a while. Of course I've been doing great. How about you? Are you doing okay? Are you and the other staff at the orphanage doing okay?
Yeah, we're all doing great, especially the kids. We're smiling and laughing every day. Listen, the reason for my message was that I wanted to ask you about something. Are you still in contact with Millie?
Oh, Millie?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I can't reach her number or any other means of contact with her, so I've been a bit worried about her lately.
Oh, then there's nothing to worry about. She was aesthetic over the fact that she was going to be married to a CEO.
What? She's getting married? Oh, congrats to her.
Yeah, it is something great. The thing is, though, she immediately told me that she wanted to cut all ties with me due to that marriage.
Wait, what?
She's hiding the fact that she grew up in an orphanage from her husband-to-be. Not to mention that she was embarrassed about where she grew up. She said that I'm not invited to the wedding, nor am I allowed to be in her life anymore.
That's unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure that it's also why you haven't been able to reach her. If there's anything you wanted to tell her, I can try and deliver the message to her. I might not be blocked yet.
No, it's okay. If that's the case, then there's no need to do anything. I just wanted to ask if she could help out at this charity event. I'm sure she would reject the question if what you said is true.
Charity event?
Yeah, we're going around asking everyone who left the orphanage if they could help out. We're going to take the kids out somewhere. It's just that we would like to have more adults at the event as well. Hence the reason for trying to contact her. Plus, I wanted to see Millie again after all these years.
If that's the case, then can I come and help out?
Really? You do that for us?
Of course! I work at a daycare. I'm pretty good at taking care of kids, if I do say so myself.
You're the best, Amy. You were like an older sister to all those kids back then. Thanks so much for this. I'll send you all the details about it soon, okay?
All right. I can't wait to see you all again. Hey, I went out of my way to send you a picture of me in a fancy dress. Couldn't you have the decency to comment on it? How boring of you. Huh? I even went out of my way to send you the pictures of the wedding. You, of course, saw everything that I sent you, right? A famous person came to celebrate our wedding. And yet you haven't even given me the slightest of responses. Just because you're jealous of me doesn't mean you should ignore me. You're the one who wanted to cut me out of your life. What are you talking about? You told me not to talk to you, so I decided not to reply. Having to listen and see you bragging is an exception to the case? That's selfish of you. Bragging? No, I'm not bragging. I just thought I would cheer you up with those pictures. I figured you'd never seen a wedding like that ever in your life. I didn't ask you to do that. Plus, if you wanted to cheer me up, as you claim, then you would have done more than just send pictures. Why in the world would I do more than that? I would never take you to a place as fancy as that. Have you forgotten why I cut you out of my life? Because you're embarrassed of me being raised in an orphanage, right? So you do remember. I don't need him to know that I was raised in an orphanage. Plus, there's no benefit from me introducing orphans to higher-class people. So you just stay jealous of my amazing life and shut up. The thing is, your husband did invite me to the wedding. What? Well, not me, but a good lot of us. With the kids included, I would say that well over 10 of us were invited. It seems like your husband had seen some benefit in inviting orphans. Wait, you said that he invited you guys. What are you talking about? We're just at the reception right now. Can you see us? Can you see us when we're in this private area? What? Hang on. Why are you here? Wait, it's not just you. Why is that orphanage director here along with some kids? Why is it that all you orphans are at my wedding? Like I said, your husband invited us. As a sign of good faith, he invited us to the wedding. Good faith? You picked a good man, Millie. Not only is he a CEO, but he also actively works to help children in need as much as he can. What? How are you going to marry this man and you didn't even know about this? Your husband funds an orphanage. More specifically, the orphanage that we were raised in. What? Hang on. Wait. I didn't know about this. How have I not heard about this? That's a tad bit unfortunate. He told us that he and his wife are excited to have us at the wedding. Hang on. He might have mentioned something about charity work or something. I brushed off all that he was saying with a simple, "That's great. Because of that, I don't know much about him." Not only is he funding the orphanage, but he also gives the kids a chance to experience many things in life, like work or crafts. Which is why he also invited us to the wedding. He wanted to show the kids what a wedding was like. Since a lot of these kids have various reasons for why they don't have parents, he wanted to show that marriage is a good thing. I didn't know. Oh, I'm just a volunteer for today. I got asked by Kent to help out, which is why I'm here with the kids. I didn't think I would see a wedding this fancy in person. I'm sure the food will be great as well. This is going to be a great experience for me as well. What should I do? What should I do? I didn't think that all the people from the orphanage would be here at my wedding. Does Kent and the other staff know that I cut ties with you? That I'm hiding my background from my husband? I did tell Kent that you cut ties with me. I haven't said anything other than that, though. Something as trivial as someone cutting ties with me isn't something that needs to be brought up. No, I have to do something before he finds out. Firstly, Kent, I need to find him and make sure he keeps quiet about this. I need to ask him to pretend that he's never seen me before. What am I going to do now? He found out about everything! I can't believe that he found out about everything this early! Oh my. Did you fail in your mission to keep Kent quiet? Did he perhaps tell your husband while you weren't looking? Kent was able to read the room and keep quiet. It's those stupid brats! Those brats were the ones who ruined everything! They just had to ask, "What are you doing here, Millie?" Oh, my. He was standing next to me asking if I knew these kids. After that, those kids kept talking and revealing everything I tried to hide. The fact that I grew up in an orphanage is now out. You're going to have to forgive the kids for this one. You haven't come back to hang out with them once after you left, right? They were happy to see you after all that time. Plus, I'm sure you learned a valuable lesson. It's best to be upfront with the person you're about to marry. Huh. There was no way you could have kept it a secret the entire time. He's a nice person who donates and funds these kids. As long as you apologize and tell him the truth, I'm sure he'd understand. We're beyond just apologizing now. I lied to him about having both parents. I hired 2 people to act as my parents when he wanted to get their blessing. I'm sorry, what? I even hired those 2 again to play as my parents today. Since he found out that I lied and grew up in an orphanage, he's pretty mad. He's accusing me of lying about my work history and education. He won't listen to anything I say. He's going to find out that I was lying about my life, work, and education. Hang on now. You were lying that much to him. What else was I supposed to do? He was my ticket to getting a better life. I may have exaggerated my life. A bit, but he's the one who bought into it. It got to a point where I couldn't back out anymore. Out of curiosity, how much of your life did you exaggerate? I told him that I work for a tutoring service that helps teens aim for Harvard University. He took that as me working in a very popular tutoring service specifically made for students to aim for Harvard. Which you didn't deny and let him continue to believe that? What do I do, Amy? I've never seen him this mad before. He locked himself in a room and hasn't said a word. Do you think the wedding will continue? You won't ask to divorce me, right? You should probably throw in the towel now. He just came over to us and apologized. He asked us to let him to get a divorce with you. What?
It's been a while since Millie. It's the orphanage director, Kent.
Kent? What does she mean by that earlier? What does she mean that he came over to apologize and asked to get a divorce from me?
Well, with you being raised in an orphanage, I'm technically in the role of being your parent. He came over to me and apologized for having to end things with you on these terms. He really is such a respectful person.
No way. You're lying. I don't want to get divorced.
Why are you so persistent with this? It's your fault that things turned out like this. You're an adult now. You shouldn't be behaving like a child.
I'm not. I just don't want to do things that I don't want to do.
Like, if that's the case, then you should have been honest with him from the start. You decided to go through the entire process of hiding the truth instead. which led you to where you are now. You went as far as hiring people to play as your parents and lied about your work history and education. Of course he would want to end things with you.
What else was I supposed to do? There's no way that he would have liked me if I told him the truth about being raised in an orphanage. He wouldn't even bother to look my way if I did. So of course I hid the truth.
What's wrong with being raised in an orphanage? Everyone who grew up has left and lived happily. That goes for our staff too. We all supported everyone, including you, to make sure that you all grow up to be wonderful adults. I do not doubt that I love you more than your parents do. It's not just you. I love all the children at the orphanage equally. Everyone grows up and lives such happy lives. People get married and create their own families. People who even start up their own companies.
Really?
Where you were raised shouldn't define who you can and cannot be. The reason you're in the position you're currently in is not because of how or where you were raised. You need to understand that it's your rotten personality that is the cause.
What? If you claim to love me more than my parents do, then at least comfort me. I was the one who lost a chance at a great life.
Even if I wanted to comfort you, you blocked me on your own accord, remember? This is why I'm talking to you through Amy's phone rather than my own.
Oh, right.
You're embarrassed by us, aren't you? If that's the case, you can get back on your own 2 feet by yourself. You threw away us and your closest friend. Don't think that things can go back to the way it was before all this.
Please.
Good luck. I don't know how your life will turn out from here on out, but I'll pray that you manage to get by.
Millie's wedding ended up getting canceled, and now she is getting sued for marriage fraud by her former husband. According to Kent, Amy's marriage wouldn't have been in shambles for her background, but rather all the lies she told about her occupation and so on. He said that he couldn't have a life partner with someone who he can't tell is lying or not. As for Millie, to pay off the fines for the wedding and marriage, she started working the night shift somewhere. She managed to get customers due to her sob story, but all the people interested in her are problematic. Since having no friends and family to complain about her job to, she's quietly working hard, alone.